Hey guys, so I'm out in the garage today changing the oil in my 2018 F-150, and I thought I'd shoot a quick video. I know some guys have kind of complained a little bit about changing the oil in these trucks because of the drain plug that comes out of the side of the oil pan, and I'm just going to show you kind of a quick trick or tip that I use. Makes the process a lot easier and avoids having a big mess. A couple other things that if you change oil, this is all pretty common sense stuff, but one thing that I started doing a while back, I think everybody who changes their own oil probably has a set of, ramps, pretty common. I've actually started rounding the truck up on 2 sets of ramps, and makes a big difference as far as just getting the vehicle up off the floor a little bit further, and just gives you a little more room to work under there and gets it leveled out. So, for a little bit of, I actually found these in a house that I bought actually, so those were free. That's when I started using them, but super easy. And then one other thing too, if you ever have any problems getting up ramps, sometimes you want to kind of, especially if your tires are wet, you might want to kind of slip a little bit, or sometimes they want to kind of push on the concrete. Just take a second, put the truck into 4 low, and it'll walk up like nothing. Super easy. So just kind of a quick tip there. So I'm going to crawl under here. I like to use full synthetic when I change my own oil, which I always change my own oil. I'll show you when I get under there, but first time I changed the oil in this thing, after having shops do it, I realized that somebody took off my skid plate, and my transmission skid plate, and so that's gone. So made up my mind when that happened that I was never letting anybody else change my oil again. So I like to use Mobil 1 full synthetic. I always use Wix filters for everything I do. There's just been so many reviews and tests and stuff that Wix is one of the best filters out there. There's definitely other good ones too, but I trust those, so I always use a Wix filter. And something else that makes life a lot easier, if you ever have getting an oil filter off can be kind of a pain sometimes, depending on the location of the filter. And I had one, I'm trying to think, I was changing the oil in I think it was my daughter's car, and that thing was so tight, I actually broke a, kind of a conventional strap wrench that you use. I bent that thing all to pieces trying to get it off. It's like they put it on with an impact. So I picked this filter wrench up. It's got nice claws on it, and this is way easier for taking off filters. I wouldn't use it to put them on necessarily. I just do that basically as, hand tight as I can get them is how tight I put a filter on. But for taking filters off, for I don't know what this thing was, like 10 bucks or something, that's a great investment. So anyway, we're gonna crawl under here, and I'll show you what I do to catch that oil coming out of the side of the oil pan. Okay, so I was editing that video last night that you're about to watch, and I realized that multiple times I called this funnel a filter. I have no idea what I was thinking. I just got done with a painting project, and I've been using a lot of these automotive paint filters, so I don't know if my brain was stuck on these things or what, but please know that I realize this is a funnel, not a filter. I'm not a complete idiot, but I just had to throw that in there because it was driving me nuts when I was editing that video. So, all right, let's continue. Okay, climb under the truck. One thing I didn't mention before is if you don't have a creeper and you're changing your own oil, man, you're missing out on the luxuries of life. So, all right, so here I'm underneath. I'll try to get this situated so you can see. So we're at the front of the truck is up here. So here's the bottom of the oil pan, and here's the drain plug right here. And what I know some people have complained about or had challenges with, and I don't know why Ford did this. I don't know why the drain doesn't come straight down out of the bottom of the pan. Seems like it would make a lot more sense. But if you just pop this out and you pop that plug out and aren't prepared for it, the oil will come shooting over and can make a big mess. And especially if the engine's real hot, I warmed it up just a little bit before I changed it, or before I'm getting ready to change it here. But that's kind of the challenge of letting the oil out of this thing. Not a big deal, but what I do is I've got one of these big oversized filters, and it's kind of an offset filter. And I'm going to try to set the camera up here, but basically what I do is when I carefully remove that drain plug is I position this filter up like this, and that way because it's kind of it's angled. I put this side over here, and when the oil is shooting over to the passenger side of the truck, that filter will catch it, and then obviously I've got my drain pan down below, and so I can kind of avoid mess. And then, you know, once the initial few quarts come out, kind of slows down, then you can, you know, then you don't need that filter anymore, because it'll drain, it'll kind of come straight down. So I'll try to get this set up and show you how I go about doing that. Okay, something else that I should note is, so this is a 2018, and I know, and I've got a regular steel drain plug here. I know in the, I think in the early 2018 builds, they used some kind of like a plastic plug of some sort, where it's like a quarter turn or half turn or something, and you pull it out. I don't have that. I've got a regular steel plug, which is good. So see if I can do this and show you guys. This is I think this is a 15, if I remember right, 15 millimeter. Let's go ahead and get it loosened a little bit first. Just crack it loose, then you can do it by hand. So I'm going to situate my drain pan over here. There, hopefully you can see that. So it shoots out. I bet you when it's full, and especially if the truck's really warm, from where that hole is, I bet it shoots probably a good foot and a half to the passenger side. So, like I said, if you're not expecting that, you're gonna have oil everywhere. Fortunately, first time I did this, I was expecting it, so I thought ahead and came up with this method to drain it, and I saved myself a big mess. Alright, let that drain. As you can see, minimal mess, a little bit of oil on my gloves, but you know, it's not running all down my arm, or more importantly, all over my floor. So we'll let this drain for a few minutes, and then we'll get the plug back in, and then I'll show you, just in case you haven't looked under here, I'll show you where the oil filter is on these trucks. Okay guys, so I got the drain plug back in. Now it's time to go ahead and replace the filter. So just show you, if you can see very well, but I've got that pliers kind of resting on the filter just so you can see how that's going to go in there. And I don't know if I can very easily, I'll see if I can prop the light up here, but just so you know the way Ford did this, so it's got this skid plate down here underneath. So they've got a pretty cool little system. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'm going to try. But if you look up, so this is pretty much below the oil filter. They've got a cut out here in the skid plate. And up inside there, you can see it right there, I think. Up inside there, you see that little rectangular kind of funnel looking thing. So basically they've got, they engineered this so it's got a built-in funnel that sits underneath that oil filter. So when you can just take your pan, put it underneath that cutout there, and incidentally, I use this, I don't know where I got this from. I got this piece of, it's kind of waxy paper. I ordered something one time, and it has a thick waxy paper, and I throw that underneath my
pan just in case if you have a few drips or whatever. Keep some of the oil off your shop floor if you get a little bit sloppy. But anyway, that's what that green thing is. So let me see if I can get this light propped up in here, and then I'll pop this loose with that filter pliers real quick. This is a really easy thing to do when you're not trying to run a camera, but if you ever fought with those band style filter wrenches before, you can see how easy that is just to, you know, just run it like regular prop pliers. There, and as you can see, now I cracked it loose. It's running right out of that cutout, like I said, right out of that little built-in funnel. So I'm gonna let that drain for a second, and then I'll take that filter off and get the new filter stuck on. You don't need to see that. Make sure when you put the new filter on, you know, you put just a little bit of oil on the rubber gasket on the new filter. Just make sure you get a good seal, but pretty straightforward. All right, so we got the oil filter back on, ready to go ahead and put oil back in the truck. Before I do that, a couple things. So I've got tons of oil filters. This is the one that I use for refilling the truck. I use a different one. I like to make sure it's nice and clean before I, you know, put oil in. What I do as far as recycling, so I take this filter that I'd used to drain the oil, and I've got one of these, I don't know what these are called, like quick cans, or this thing's called a Jazz Jug. I think they're different brand names, but so that's 5.5 gallons. Comes with a big cap on it. If you haven't seen those things before, what I do is I take my oil pan, my drain pan that I just drained into, and then I just dump them into this. So this thing is super easy to bring to the auto parts store to, you know, to recycle the oil. I've done before where I put it back in the, you know, the 5-quart jugs and bring it in that way, but this is super convenient. It's got a nice wide base, so it sits nice in the back of the truck. You don't have to worry about it tipping over. You know, I just throw that big funnel in there. I'll dump that drain pan in there and be ready to go for the next time. So anyway, just thought I'd mention how I do that. So nothing much to see here, pretty straightforward, but we're gonna go ahead and get our cap off. Make sure you don't drop that. Did that one time and it went way down the bottom there and I had to fish it out, but not much to see here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this, go ahead and fill this up. This takes 6 quarts and 6 quarts with the filter. So we'll get it topped off, check the oil, make sure we're filled up, and wrap this project up. All right, so that job's done. Go ahead and make sure, start it up, let it run for a few minutes, you know, let it cool for a couple minutes, and then go ahead and check your oil just to make sure it's at the right level. Should be, there's no reason you shouldn't be. And as you can see, super easy process. I would never take my truck to a dealership. I wouldn't spend the money. I want to make sure that I know what kind of oil and filters going into it, and I would never take it to one of those, you know, quickie drive-in oil change shops. I just, you know, I guess I'm just not very trustworthy when it comes to, you know, some of the guys that they're hiring working in those shops. That's just me. I'm sure it's fine, but personal opinion. So anyway, pretty easy job. If I think about it, I'll try to find a link to that pliers, because that thing is super handy, and throw it down below in case you're interested in grabbing one of those. Hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, as always, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.